Amid escalating tensions between India and China over the Galwan face-off, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a crucial meeting with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh as well as External Affairs S. Jaishankar. On Wednesday, in the strongest message so far, Prime Minister Modi said that if provoked, India will give a befitting reply and that the sacrifices of our soldiers won't go in vain. The Prime Minister has convened an all-party meet that will be happening tomorrow on Friday on the Galwan standoff. The meeting comes amidst demands by opposition seeking details of the June 15th violence at Galwan, which left 20 army personnel dead. Meanwhile, Major General level talks were also held between India and China, but were inconclusive. India has decided to accelerate construction of roads in the region. The decision was made at a meeting between the MHA, Army, ITBP and Border Roads Organization.
भारत शांति चाहता है, लेकिन भारत उकसाने पर हर हाल में यथोचित जवाब देने में सक्षम है.
India, if provoked, can give a befitting reply. That was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's terse and stern warning to Beijing. The message comes 2 days after Chinese forces killed Indian bravehearts in a bloody face-off in Ladakh's Galwan Valley. The PM's statement left nothing to doubt. He maintained Indian territories will be guarded at any cost.
इस बारे में किसी को भी जरा भी भ्रम या संदेह नहीं होना चाहिए. भारत शांति चाहता है, लेकिन भारत उकसाने पर हर हाल में यथोचित जवाब देने में सक्षम है.
Prime Minister Modi also paid rich tributes to the martyrs who laid down their lives for the country.
मैं देश को भरोसा दिलाना चाहता हूं, हमारे जवानों का बलिदान व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा. हमारे लिए भारत की अखंडता और संप्रभुता सर्वोच्च है और इसकी रक्षा करने से हमें कोई भी रोक नहीं सकता.
The Prime Minister also saluted the bravery of our fallen soldiers.
हमारे दिवंगत शहीद वीर जवानों के विषय में देश को इस बात का गर्व होगा कि वे मारते मारते मरे हैं.
PM's stern message was followed up by External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who talked tough with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi on the phone line. Jaishankar said the Chinese took premeditated action that was directly responsible for the violence. He said it reflected an intent to change the facts on ground in violation of all agreements. The minister warned the Galwan face-off will have serious impact on the India-China relations.
The message from Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the armed forces is clear. India does not provoke, but when provoked, reserves the right to respond, and that the sanctity of the line of actual control should be restored and maintained. India will adopt a comprehensive national approach. This means diplomatic means, economic means, military means, whatever steps need to be taken will be taken. The nation will be on one page in the face of Chinese aggression. With Abhishek Bhalla and Geeta Mohan in Delhi, in Leh, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
Big breaking news that's coming in. Sources have told India Today that 52 Chinese mobile applications are on the Indian intel agency's radar. The list of applications include video conferencing app Zoom and popular social media app TikTok. Some of the other commonly used applications include the UC browser, Zender, ShareIt and CleanMaster. The list, which is said to have been prepared in April, has suggested that the government should block or advise people to stop using these Chinese applications. This could be the first in many steps being taken by the government to ensure that there is a crackdown on not just Chinese applications but also on Chinese products, essentially to hit them economically. We had got new details of how this will perhaps be a strategy of the government, and now we're hearing that there's been a list of about 52 Chinese applications that have been identified, narrowed down, and there's perhaps going to be some sort of an advisory or even action against these applications. Kamaljeet is joining us with more details on this. Kamaljeet, good morning. What kind of action will we really see on this front? Are we going to be seeing these Chinese apps being blocked, or just an advisory from the government not to use them?
See, sometime in April we saw that there was an advisory which came from the government of India to the people that Zoom was not a safe platform and should be avoided. This after several companies had downloaded, and this was obviously in the time of the lockdown. But similarly, that's the time we told by our sources a list of 52 applications. Some of them are the social messaging. The others are obviously something to do with gaming or even shopping applications like Shein or Club Factory. Then there are the UC browser. So these particular applications, which require a lot of data, this is where it's suspected that your privacy could be at stake. We've also seen advice coming in from Government Cyber Coordination Center, or the CyCord, who's been asking private individuals to be very careful as far as Chinese apps are concerned. But remember, the ball is in Government of India's court. The advisory or the recommendation from intelligence is come at a time when there is a loud chorus, especially regarding boycotting of Chinese goods. Whether this is going to be something, because obviously these are applications which are freely available on websites. These are also available on many of the app centers.
Yes.
And that is where the real concern is. And that is how intelligences have now sent a report to central government. It's up to MHA whether they would want to issue an advisory of a similar kind.
Okay, Kamaljeet, thank you for getting us all those details. And let's also get you details of our exclusive yesterday. This is India Today accessing exclusive satellite images of the Galwan Valley. This is the bloodshed spot where Indian and Chinese soldiers had engaged in a violent face-off. The images that we're about to show you also expose China's massive build-up and is proof of Beijing's backstabbing. Ankit Kumar with this world exclusive.
Ladakh's new mountain of blood, that's what it's being called. As the body count piles up and India comes to terms with the brutal, premeditated bloodletting by the Chinese army, India Today now shows you the battle zone in cold, stupefying detail. Take a close look at these satellite images from Planet Labs. Photographs taken less than 24 hours after the carnage on the night of June the 15th, capturing in stunning detail the full truth. What you're looking at is the first visual detail of where the Indian and Chinese troops brawled to the death. What these images show is that despite being massively outnumbered by Chinese troops and losing at least 20 men, the Indian side is holding its ground. High-resolution satellite images of Ground Zero from June the 16th show a massive continuing build-up by the Chinese side despite the de-escalation agreement at the Lieutenant General level 10 days prior. These satellite images from Planet Labs, reviewed by India Today, nail the flashpoint between the two sides, Ladakh's new Himalayan blood zone. And here's what we can tell you about these images. Take a close look at this image from the Galwan Valley, where it clearly shows Chinese troops outnumbering Indian troops. An intense Chinese build-up is seen from the China side. At least 200 military vehicles are seen on the ground on the Chinese side, this despite a clear promise to disengage. Well, despite being outnumbered by the Chinese troops and facing horrific casualties, the images prove that Indian troops are holding their position strongly. the Indian Army has officially confirmed at least 20 Indian casualties and several injured in what was a bloody and brutal medieval-style brawl. And these images establish and prove China's direct treachery. Less than 10 days after agreeing to disengage and de-escalate, these images from the Galwan Patrol Point 14 show that China intensified its troop buildups amidst the de-escalation process. If you look closely, you can see that the Chinese troops are distributed in 3 parts. The forward part is followed by 2 trails directed towards the line of actual control. The image from Tuesday shows hundreds of military vehicles lining up on the Chinese side, as well as encampments distributed in the middle and backward parts of the Chinese trail. On Tuesday, India Today broke the biggest military story since Kargil. And now we bring you the first images of the battlefield and how China had no intentions to de-escalate. With Ankit Kumar in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the Galwan River Valley, situated in the Ladakh region, is considered a point of really great strategic importance. The river is believed to be named after Ghulam Rasool Galwan, an explorer from Leh. India's construction activities, including that of a bridge across the Shok River, will provide a crucial connect between Leh and Daulat Beg Oldi, which has in fact irked the Chinese. Since 1956, China has advanced its border claim line steadily westward more than 3 times. However, post-1962, there's been no military face-off in this region. India Today spoke to Mohammad Amin Galwan, the great-grandson of Mohammad Rasool Galwan. The Galwan Valley is named after him.
China has been falsely claiming that the Galwan River Valley belongs to China. Here on India Today, we'll expose China's lies. How? With me is Mohammad Amin Galwan. आपका नाम मोहम्मद आमीन गलवान है और जो गलवान घाटी है जहां पर विवाद चल रहा है उसका और आपका क्या रिश्ता है?
गलवान रसूल जो ना मेरे दादाजी है वो 1892-93 में वो गलवान घाटी वहाँ पहुँच गया था। तो अंग्रेज़ों के साथ उन्होंने टेक किया और अंग्रेज़ों ने एक्सप्लोर करते हुए उनका रास्ता बिगड़ गया। तो उन्होंने वहाँ से गलवान नाला जो अभी बता रहा है वहाँ से जगह निकाल के काफिले को सही सलामत दूसरे जगह पर पहुँच गया। तो अंग्रेज़ों ने सरफना यंग आसमान और मिस्टर लिटिल डिल वगैरह ने उस जगह का नाम गलवान नाला रखा। तो
बहुत बड़ी बात आप कह रहे हैं। एंड फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ आवर व्यूअर्स, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द एंशिएंट ट्रेड रूट टू काशगर, this was the route that was used because that route that went from Saserla to Sasalma, that used to be covered in snow. A new route was discovered by his grandfather Galwan, Rasool Galwan. Rasool Galwan was a part of Sir Young Husband expedition. तो ये जो expedition निकला था वो उसका हिस्सा थे, लेकिन उस समय तो बहुत यंग रहे होंगे।
रसूल गलवान बहुत छोटा था उस वक्त, उसकी उम्र 12 साल की थी। छोटे उम्र में उन्होंने सरफरान यंग हस्बैंड और डेमोर के साथ उन्होंने अक्षय चीन और वगैरह में उन्होंने ट्रैक किया एज ए गाइड, एज ए पोनी मैन।
वो पोनी मैन के रूप में गए थे और उसी से उनका नाम, उस घाटी का नाम गलवान घाटी और उस जगह का नाम गलवान नाला पड़ गया।
जी, जी।
तो आज जब चाइना बोलता है नहीं नहीं ये तो इलाका उन चाइना का है,
बिल्कुल नहीं हो सकता। ये तब से 200-300 साल पहले और हिंदुस्तान का है, हिंदुस्तान का रहेंगे। और अभी भी जो हमारे हिंदुस्तान के बहादुर सिपाही जो ना वहाँ पे लगे हुए हैं उनको वहाँ से बाहर निकलना ही निकलना है।
तो चीन जो वहां आया है वो गलत कब्जा करने की कोशिश कर रहा है जो हिंदुस्तान का इलाका है। इसका कोई प्रूफ है उनके नाम के अलावा?
कुछ भी प्रूफ नहीं उनके पास। हमारे पास प्रूफ है कि हमारे दादाजी वहाँ पे गया था, एक नहीं 10 दफा गया था। और अंग्रेजों ने वो जगह का नाम जो ना गलवान रसूल के नाम पर गलवान नाला रखा है।
There is historical evidence to prove that the Galwan Nala was named after his ancestors, his great-grandfather, and the fact that there is documentary evidence to prove that area belongs to India. The line of actual control is also very clear in that area. There is no ambiguity. China is trying to invent facts, post-truth, and that in today's day and age, clearly not going to happen. With cameraman Kripal Singh and Bakir Chop in Ladakh, Gaurav Sawant, for India today.
After the face-off and the clash that happened on Monday, one question everyone's asking is what next? Well, India is toughening its stand against China. Sources say that External Affairs Minister S. Shankar had a rather curt conversation with his Chinese counterpart, and in his phone call to his Chinese counterpart, Wang Yi, External Affairs Minister conveyed India's protest in the strongest terms on the Galwan face-off. MEA in a statement said that despite talks, China sought to erect a structure in the Galwan Valley on India's side of the line of actual control, which became a point of dispute. MEA also said that Chinese side took premeditated and planned action that was responsible for resulting in the violence and casualties. MEA in its statement also said that Chinese action is a reflection of an intent to change the facts on ground in violation of all agreements to not change status quo. S. Shankar underlined that the unprecedented development will have a serious impact on the bilateral relations with China. India has made it clear to China that it is time for it to reassess its actions and take corrective steps now. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also broke his silence over the Galwan face-off. In a rather stern and short message, Prime Minister Modi said that India will hit back if provoked. Prime Minister Modi has also called for an all-party meet that will be happening on June 19th, so tomorrow, to discuss the Galwan brawl in which 20 of our soldiers were killed.
देश को इस बात का गर्व होगा कि वे मारते मारते मरे हैं.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to bravehearts who sacrificed their lives for the country. Breaking his silence in a meeting with chief ministers on the coronavirus crisis, the PM also sent out a stern message to China.
हमने हमेशा से ही अपने पड़ोसियों के साथ एक कोऑपरेटिव और फ्रेंडली तरीके से मिलकर काम किया है. हम कभी किसी को भी उकसाते नहीं हैं, लेकिन हम अपने देश की अखंडता और संप्रभुता के साथ समझौता भी नहीं करते हैं.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is taking the opposition into confidence as border tensions with China spiral after the violent face-off in Galwan Valley. The government has called an all-party meet at 5 p.m. on Friday to discuss the situation on the line of actual control. The announcement came after bitter criticism of the government's handling of the situation. The first reaction from the government was from Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, who paid tributes to the martyrs. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi questioned Rajnath Singh's silence on China. Congress President Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi have demanded that the government must come clean on the Chinese intrusion.
प्रधानमंत्री को सामने आकर देश को सच्चाई बतानी चाहिए कि चीन ने हमारी सरजमी पर कब्जा कैसे किया. इस पूरी स्थिति से निपटने के लिए भारत सरकार की सोच, नीति और हल क्या है?
प्रधानमंत्री जी, आप चुप क्यों हैं? आप कहां छुप गए हैं? आप बाहर आइए. पूरा देश, हम सब आपके साथ खड़े हैं. एक साथ खड़ा हुआ है आपके साथ देश. बाहर आइए, देश को सच्चाई बताइए. डरिए मत.
Shiv Sena, which often sides with the BJP on nationalist issues, has also sought a response from the Modi government.
अब हम उसके लिए जो हुआ है, पंडित नेहरू को जिम्मेदार नहीं मान सकते, इंदिरा जी को जिम्मेदार नहीं मान सकते, राहुल गांधी को दोष नहीं दे सकते. ये जिम्मेदारी हमारी सबकी है.
A major political row has erupted with the opposition parties taking on the centre over brutal murder of our soldiers at LAC. The Congress party is looking to corner the Modi government over Chinese incursions and has called its working committee meeting next week. But for now, all eyes will be on Friday's all-party meet. With Polomi Saha, this is Anand Patel in New Delhi for India Today.
The number of coronavirus cases in the country is steadily going up, and what's worrying is the death toll of late has also started steadily rising. Let's get you the latest numbers from the Health Ministry. First, the nationwide numbers. The confirmed cases in India now stands at 3,54,065, with the death toll in the country at 11,903. We're also telling you the three worst affected states in the country. Maharashtra has the most number of cases with 1,13,445 confirmed cases. The death toll in Maharashtra has gone up because the death tally was revised by the government. It now stands at 5,537. Over to the state of Tamil Nadu, the second worst affected state in the country. The number of cases slowly inching towards the 50,000 mark. At this point, it stands at 48,019 with the death toll of 528. The national capital, Delhi, is the third worst affected by COVID-19. The number of cases now at 44,688, with the death toll in Delhi at 1,837. So those are the latest numbers as of 6:30 this morning. Let's first focus on the national capital, where you see that the cases are going up, and at such a time, a key decision has been taken to ramp up the COVID fight. The Ministry of Home Affairs has announced capping of COVID test price in the national capital at 2,400 rupees. The decision came even as Delhi has seen its biggest ever surge yet in the last 24 hours in the number of COVID cases, recording 2,414 new cases on Wednesday. The national capital also saw 67 deaths being added to its total tally. As per the latest Health Ministry data, Delhi has over 44,600 cases and over 1,800 deaths. Meanwhile, Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain as well as AAP MLA Atishi have tested positive for COVID-19. Satyendra Jain, who tested negative for coronavirus in the first test on Tuesday, had again undergone a COVID-19 test on Wednesday.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.